Dr. ELINA Vale stood under cold rain outside the Interstellar Veterinary Clinic, gripping a soggy cardboard box filled with 20 years of her life, a cracked tablet, a framed certification, a stethoscope she bought with her first paycheck. Her fingers shook. It's not from the weather, but from the brutal speed of what had happened. 20 years of service. Erased in a single sentence. Yesterday, just after opening hours, an alien staggered through the clinic doors, like a shadow held together by panic. Its translator unit buzzed and spat broken standard. Please help. Small one dying. No time in its arms was a tiny creature wrapped in torn fabric. Trembling with weak, uneven breaths, ELINA had treated Earth animals her whole career. Cats, dogs, exotics, rescue cases that came in half dead and left wagging their tails. She even handled the occasional off-world pet, legally registered, fully documented, safe. But this was different. The creature looked like a wolf cub, and yet it was not. Its fur pulsed with faint bioluminescent markings like starlight under skin. Its ears twitched at sounds no one else seemed to hear, and its eyes, too aware and too focused, held a strange intelligence that made Lena's chest tighten. The cub's temperature was crashing. Its gums were pale. Its ribs fluttered as if the lungs could not decide whether to keep going. ELINA moved before she even realized she was moving. Then her supervisor stepped in like a slammed door. Dr. Hendricks did not shout. He did not need to. His voice carried the kind of cold authority that could turn warm rooms into ice. Stop right there, ELINA. ELINA looked up. It is hypothermic and septic. If we do not act, it will die. We do not, Hendricks cut in. It is a wild Xenopa, unregistered, higher risk. Regulation says no. Liability says no. You know the rules. The alien parent clutched the cub tighter. The translator crackled again. Please, he is baby. He is not weapon. Hendricks did not even glance at it. He tapped his wrist slate and sighed like the request was an inconvenience. Take at somewhere else. ELINA stared at the cub's trembling body. She saw a child, not a category. A life, not a legal problem, doctor, she said, forcing the word out like a challenge. It is dying. Hendrix's jaw tightened. And if you treat it, you will put this entire clinic at risk. Unknown pathogens. Unknown biohazards. Unknown consequences. This is not a charity. Then he walked away, leaving the alien standing there, desperate, the cub's weak whimper filling the silence. ELINA did not follow him. She followed the sound of that whimper. When Hendricks disappeared into the back for lunch, ELINA made a decision she would remember forever. She carried the cub into an isolation. 3 hours. 3 hours of pure focus and improvisation. She warmed its core temperature slowly. Terrified of shock, she adapted antibiotics into a broad-spectrum blend, rewriting dosage models on the fly. She repaired a torn lung using microsealant and a technique she had only used on Earth wolves. Adjusted for alien tissue she had never seen before. Her hands never stopped moving. When the cub finally took a deeper breath, one real breath, Lena felt her knees nearly give out. It lived. The alien parent made a choked sound that was half sob and half prayer. The translator crackled again. He lives. You saved. You saved. Dolina did not smile. She did not celebrate. She kept monitoring vitals, because the world did not pause for miracles. And then Hendricks returned. He saw the cub. He saw the equipment. He saw the unauthorized treatment log. His face changed, not into anger, into something worse, a calm, controlled fury. What did you do? He asked quietly. ELINA stood up. I did my job. You violated protocol. I saved a life. You endangered everyone here. Elon's voice sharpened. By treating a child, Hendricks stepped closer. You are done. Pack your things. Your keycard is revoked. Security will escort you. The alien parent tried to speak. Hendricks raised a hand without looking. Out-Dot-A-Line did not beg. She did not apologize. She removed her gloves and placed them in the disposal bin with slow care. like refusing to let her hands shake when she walked out. Carrying her cardboard box, she told herself one thing. If I had to choose again, I would do it again. Now the rain soaked her hair and ran down her face, mixing with a bitterness she could not swallow. She had no family waiting, no backup career hidden in a drawer. Veterinary medicine was not just what she did. It was who she was. She started toward her apartment with shoulders folded inward against the storm. Tomorrow, she told herself, I figure out what is left the next morning. ELINA woke to a sound she could not name, a deep, steady thrumming, like thunder trapped inside metal. The entire building viewed she. She stumbled to the window, half asleep, and then froze so hard her breath caught. A ship hovered outside. Not a shuttle. Not a courier craft. A massive vessel, sleek and dark, its hull reflecting the morning light like polished obsidian. It was too big for civilian airspace, too silent for something that enormous. Too wrong to be there. As ELINA watched, ship descended with impossible grace. Landing gear unfolded. The street below groaned. Car alarms screamed. Neighbors poured outside in pajamas and coats, shouting, filming, pointing at the sky as if it might explain itself. The ship settled on the street as gently as a feather. Then its ramp lowered, and something walked out that made every human sound fade into stunned silence. A wolf. Except wolf was not big enough to describe it. This creature stood, nearly 4 meters at the shoulder, moving with controlled power. Its fur alive with shifting patterns of light that looked like stories written in glowing ink. Scars traced its body, battle history carved into flesh. Behind it came more, a dozen smaller wolves, each magnificent, each carrying the same radiant markings like clan symbols. ELINA's heartbeat hammered. Then she saw it. Tiny form, perched high on the massive wolf's back, wrapped in fresh bandages, bright eyes, alert ears. The cub, the one she saved. The massive wolf stopped in front of her building and tilted its head upward, scanning windows like it was searching for a specific star in the sky. Its gaze found hers. In that moment, ELINA felt something shift in the air. An invisible pressure, a sudden awareness, as if her thoughts had been opened like a door. A voice entered her mind, not spoken words, meaning clear and heavy. You saved my son. ELINA's hand flew to her mouth. She knew the name from rumor, from half-laughed spacer legends and old Outer Rim reports. Most people dismissed. VAROX.Alpha of the Silverpelt clan. The voice returned, stronger. Come down, healer. We must speak. ELINA dressed with shaking hands and hurried down the stairs. Outside, the crowd parted as she approached. As if the street itself understood she belonged at the front of this moment. She stopped at a respectful distance. Verox lowered his massive head until his eyes were level with hers. Up close, ELINA could see silver threading through his luminous fur, the weight of leadership in his gaze. The quiet patience of something powerful enough to wait. My pack thanks you, his thoughts resonated. The Healer Guild refused us. They called my son an impurity. Half Silverpelt, half Starclaw. They said he was not worth saving. ELINA felt anger flare hot in her chest. He is a child. Yes. The way Verox looked at her felt almost like a smile. You saw a dying cub, where others saw political inconvenience. You chose compassion over safety. Life over regulation? ELINA swallowed. I did what was right. I know, his presence sharpened like steel sliding into place. I investigated you, Dr. ELINA Vale. 20 years of service. Countless lives saved. And they discarded you for one act of true courage. Lina's throat tightened. I do not understand why you are here. Verox straightened to his full height. The light patterns along his fur shifted, brightening like a banner unfurling. We need healers who do not fear us. We need someone who treats our young as lives, not problems. His gaze held hers without blinking. I offer you a position as Chief Medical Officer of the Silverpelt Fleet. ELINA's mind went blank. Resources beyond your imagining, Verox continued. Students eager to learn. Patients who will honor your skill, not punish your heart. Ellen's hands tightened into fists. Leave Earth. Join an alien fleet. Walk away from everything she had ever known. The cub, on Verox's back, let out a small yip. Pure joy, pure life, ELINA's vision blurred. Verox's thoughts softened. Like distant thunder, humans are becoming legends across the stars. Not for weapons, not for politics. For this, for the ability to care beyond boundaries, ELINA looked at the ship, then at the wolves. Then at the cub, whose breathing she fought for, hour after hour, refusing to surrender. She thought about the clinic door closing behind her. The cardboard box. The rain, and suddenly, the choice felt simple. When do we leave? She whispered. Verox's satisfaction rolled through her like warm thunder. Welcome to the pack. Healer, as ELINA stepped onto the silver pelt vessel, surrounded by luminous fur glowing in welcoming patterns. She realized something she had not been able to admit. Yesterday, she had not lost everything. She had been pushed toward something bigger, behind her. Earth's sky grew smaller ahead. The stars waited, full of lives to save, young to heal. And a pack that would never forget what one human dared to. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel, Neon Cub Tales. Like the video if you felt that twist. Comment your favorite moment and tell me why. What would you do if you were ELINA? Would you save the cub, even if it cost everything? Your comment might get pinned. See you in the next story.